This is Mystical Ariel here to shake the matrix and expand our minds and make us all think. How are you guys doing this morning? If you're here watching this is because this message is for you and you're finally ready. If you're just here to troll, well, it ain't gonna work. Maybe you should listen to what I'm teaching and you would discover why it don't matter. Anyways, let's talk about the power of within and breaking free from the illusion of chaos. You know, you are far more powerful than you even realize. For too long, we have been conditioned to see ourselves as just flesh, as mere bodies moving through a, predetermined existence. But the truth is this. The truth is, this skin is only a vessel. It's like an avatar, much like the Avatar movies. A temporary suit we wear for this journey. And the real you is something far greater, something boundless. You see, life is meant to be a path of self-discovery. Yet, it often sweeps us into chaos and trapping us in fear and conformity. Society teaches us that to live, its rules is to fit in, to seek validation. But what if the greatest failure in life is simply not being true to yourself or ourselves? What if the real loss is spending our entire existence trying to be what others, want instead of uncovering who we are and who we have always originally designed to be? Even science, the power of energy and consciousness shows these things that we're more than just this body. Physics tell us that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. And if we are fundamentally energy, then we are eternal. Our consciousness is the very essence of our beings. Now, it is not limited to the body. Quantum physics even suggests that we exist in multiple states and that our reality is shaped by our perception, by the way we think, the way we take in things. So if it's not going well for you, change them. When we begin to see beyond the illusion of separation, we realize that we're not just part of creation. We're co-creators of that creation, which just kind of twists it all up now, doesn't it? Kind of puts the key back into your hand. Even neuroscience supports this too. The mind is focused with intention. It rewires itself. Neuroplasticity proves that we are not bound by past traumas, but or learn limitations. We can change them. We can grow. We can transcend. All the great spiritual traditions echoes this truth as well. We're not separate from the divine. In Christianity, Jesus himself said in John 10:34, it is not written in your law, but I tell you the truth, you are all God's. The Hebrew word Elohim has been often translated as God, which means divine being. In Hinduism, Buddhism teaches that the enlightenment comes when we remove the illusion of separation. The Upanishads declare that Tativam Asi, you are that you are. You're not you're not separate from the divine. You are a unique expression of it. Even ancient Egyptians, philosophies, concepts of the Ka, the spiritual self reveals that we are more than just our bodies. We're a breath of life itself. Hey, Thomas, I'll get to your comments in a moment. So if our DNA encodes consciousness, then we are not merely experiencing life, it's life experiencing existence through us. As God experienced life through you. The divine is not something external. It's woven into our beings. It's into the fabric of our beings. To awaken is to recognize that you are not here to live for others. You are here to discover the truth of your original design. The self that exists before fear, trauma, and conditioning that clouded our vision. We're here to remember. Yet so many remain blind, waiting for someone to save them, and they depend on external validation, allowing others to dictate their worth. But freedom, it's not given, it's claimed. True liberation, it comes when we release the need for permission. When you realize that you were never separate from creation of all existence. You see, this path to self-reliance, it takes ownership of your life. It's to understand that no one can walk the journey for you. No one can hand you enlightenment, success, or inner peace. You must choose it. You must take responsibility, not just for what happens to you, but how you respond to it. So blame, fear, and dependence keep us trapped in cycles of suffering. But self-reliance leads us to empowerment. It allows us to stand in a solitude, not in loneliness. We are never alone. How are you? You are creation itself. But in strength, when we no longer fear being alone, we discover the fullness of who we truly are. See, the truth is you're the key and always have been. No one else is. All right, Thomas, how's it going? Great title. I know the chaos to be and not a pattern. The universal law of rhythm proves chaos to be an illusion created by not seeing the pattern 100%. Our bodies are the small part of us. Some folks think the body is the big part. Pardon me. I think that's funny. Me too, right? Damn, man, I can't imagine how my body would be if I thought my body was the big part, because I don't think I'd get up in the morning and walk or anything like that, because doctors look at my things and they go, has anyone ever told you you're supposed to be in a wheelchair? Yeah, I just told them where to go. I may not feel my legs, but the thing is, if you're not your body, your energy, well, move your energy around and make them things move, baby. You know, figure it out. We're not meant to be broken. Good morning. How are you doing? First time watching. Love your haircut. Looks good on you. Thank you. Hello, Linda. Welcome. Welcome to the Mystical Ariel channel, here where we like to shake the matrix, expand our minds, and definitely make us all think like, You know, I was going to tell you this one time. I was sitting out in these hot springs, right? And I always end up hanging out with people way older than me, because it's really hard to find people my age that don't want to point fingers and blame life on everything else, but where it starts. Anyways, we're sitting around this hot springs one time, right? And these guys are all chatting away about their philosophy, the ideas of existence. This old man turns to me and says, did I overhear you died and came back? I said, yep. You were in hospice? Yep. Well, that's not something you hear every day. I said, no. He said, well, you hear people dying and coming back, but not going through that kind of a process. I said, no, it's a whole other game. He said, well, what wisdom would you give? I said, you're not your body and death is an illusion. The guy looked at me, just went white, shocked. I said, well, that's something to think about. He gets up and he faints. Just, right out. I'm like, I just shook his matrix. And he might have gotten a little too hot from being in the hot springs. But the thing is, like, I know what got him to get up and walk away. Because he was really like, whoa, wait. This person went through a process that all of us are about to get to. She's telling me it's all illusion. It made him think. Hello, KH Outdoors. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, guys. Well, the sun has been risen. The desert is calling. The wilderness is out there. Do you know where I'm at right now? this is where I came. After I came back to life, I wanted to spend 11 months with my boys for a bit. Let them know who I was, because my own kids didn't even recognize me. That's called coming back completely different. Your own children don't recognize you. And I came to this place and I set up my Bell tent. I lived out in the desert for 7 months. Just to let things integrate. To get all this in. And after that, after I was done this journey, it took about 2.5 years to get to this place where finally I gave my first interview, which was the Jeff Mamara show. Just look it up. The interview is Ariel Hooper, the Matrix, ND. She wakes up in a pod. But Jeff Mamara show. Anyways, that was my first interview. And I've been speaking about this stuff ever since. We're going on 5 years. Coming back this April. And I can tell you, every year, I go through an integration of change. Where this stuff just gets more and more and more embedded. So, if I could have gone through what I've gone through, and I'm still growing, that means we're all growing every day. All right, make sure you do one thing towards your dreams every single day. It brings you one step closer. Make sure you recognize that you are valuable and you matter, and you're all unique. And you're all unique puzzle pieces, a part of the ultimate puzzle of the cosmos. Never forget that. Apparently, something had my tongue this morning. I was twisting that all up. After I've been saying it for 5 years, you'd think I would get it together, but there you go. Peace and love, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.